The Navy sees a giant object moving in the water, but when they look closer, elephants really can't run, but maybe they can dive, at least for a little while. Wild elephants taken ashore following evacuation requiring Navy divers, cables, and flotilla of boats to tow them. 2 young elephants swept out to sea have been rescued from drowning by the Sri Lanka Navy in the second such occurrence off the island in as many weeks. The Navy said the pair of wild elephants were taken ashore on Sunday after a mammoth operation involving Navy divers, ropes, and a flotilla of vessels to tow them back to deeper waters. Photos show the elephants in trouble, only holding their trunks above water in the deep waters about a half-mile off the coast of Sri Lanka. Having safely guided the 2 elephants to the shore, they were subsequently released to the Foul Point jungle, the Navy said in a statement. They were extremely lucky to have been spotted by a patrol craft, which called in several other boats to help with the rescue. On Sunday morning, a Sri Lankan naval patrol rescued 2 distraught elephants stranded at sea off the island's eastern coast, according to the National Navy. 3 Navy warships assisted in the rescue operation along the coast of the province of Trincomalee, finally working with a team of Navy divers to help direct the elephants back to shore. Video with these scenes depicts smaller boats of volunteers approaching the creatures, with larger vessels monitoring the sea waters to help keep it free from bigger boats. Neither of the animals were injured in the rescue operation, according to an official statement from the Sri Lankan Navy. Jumbos are natives of the Foul Point jungle near to where they were drawn into the sea. It's not like the first time an elephant has been washed into the sea in Sri Lanka. Earlier this month, a single jumbo was washed out to sea in heavy winds before being dragged back to shore by the Navy in a similar rescue operation. Though regarded as a Sri Lankan cultural symbol, the country's elephants are at increased risk due to land being increasingly cleared both for human occupation and agricultural expansion. The Sri Lankan elephant population is now reportedly listed as endangered, having fallen 65% since the turn of the 19th century. There are an estimated 2,500 to 4,000 Sri Lankan elephants still remaining in the wild, according to the World Wildlife Fund. The Sri Lankan subspecies is the tallest and also the darkest of the Asian elephants, with spots of depigmentation, areas with no skin color on its ears, forehead, trunk, and belly. Once located in the tear-shaped island at the bottom of India's southern tip, these elephants are now being squeezed into smaller areas as construction efforts clear forests and interrupt their ancient migratory paths. The herd size in Sri Lanka varies from 12 to 20 individuals or more. It's headed by the oldest female or matriarch. In Sri Lanka, herds have been reported to include nursing units consisting of lactating females and their young, and juvenile care units comprising of females with juveniles. The Sri Lankan elephant population has dropped almost 65% since the turn of the 19th century. Today, the Sri Lankan elephants are secured under the Sri Lankan law, and killing one carries the death penalty. 2 weeks earlier, the Navy conducted a similar mission in the same area to rescue a lone elephant washed 5 miles off the Sri Lankan coast into the deep waters of the Indian Ocean. Navy officials claimed the animals were likely washed out when passing shallow lagoons in the area. Also, an elephant calf that was rescued from an open drain in Sri Lanka last month has died at a transit home because there was no veterinary medics immediately present, officials claim. The calf was in a serious state, but the home's one and only vet was on holiday, officials told BBC Sinhala. The vet's absence from 17 June meant the officials were unsure how to handle the calf as its condition got worse. The animal died on 20 June at an elephant transit home. Another doctor was called on the day the animal died, but it was too late for him to save its life, authorities claim. In a spectacular rescue in May, conservation officers broke open the drain and dragged the little elephant to safety. It was then taken away from the drain in Hambantota Port in the south of the country to be cared for an injured knee. Video taken at the time of the rescue revealed the calf to be in agony as it waited to be rescued. Another elephant, which authorities claim may well have been its mother, nervously observed the rescue action from surrounding woods. The calf was finally freed when a man chipped away the pavement from across the drain to make enough room for it to be pulled out. In a final tale related to saving elephants, conservationists used exploding condoms loaded with chili powder to rescue elephants. Conservationists in Tanzania are using an unorthodox means of stopping elephants from roaming into human settlements by tossing condoms filled with chili powder at them. The approach has proven successful, and Honey Guide Foundation, which hit upon the idea many years ago with U.S.-based Nature Conservancy, has stepped up its promotion, teaching volunteers in villages in North Tanzania to use a non-violent 4-step way of defending their homes and crops without damaging the animals. Previously, many used axes to shield themselves. Tarangire National Park in northern Tanzania works to shield elephants, but they may wander over borders into farmland, destroying a family's food supplies, as well as trampling property and disrupting a family's life. An unorthodox 4-step elephant warning system is now helping protect villagers' food supplies without damaging the elephant. The first two measures include pointing a bright torchlight at the trespassing elephant and setting off a sharp whistle. But if this doesn't stop the elephant, a chili cloud should do the trick. Several spoonfuls of chili powder are mixed with a pinch of soil and then stuffed into an unrolled condom. Lastly, a firecracker is inserted into the condom in the end, twisted shut, with only the fuse revealed. As lit, the condoms burst open with a bang, spraying a fine dust of chili powder into the air. Researchers from the University of Tokyo announced in 2014 that, predictably, elephants have a strong sense of scent. In reality, they have more than twice the olfactory genes of domestic dogs, the study found, so a cloud of chili powder should be enough to get straight up their noses and carry them on their way. Nevertheless, as a last resort, the fourth stage is a rifle-shaped launcher that fires a Roman candle firework into the air, causing a noisy and bright blast. The four-step methodology was invented by Tanzania-based conservation organization the Honey Guide Foundation, with funding from the U.S.-based Nature Conservancy. They are now teaching teams of volunteers in a variety of villages in northern Tanzania to use the solution to defend their crops and villages. Habitat destruction due to encroaching human settlers has driven many elephants from their usual feeding grounds, raising human-elephant violence. Poaching has also increased across sub-Saharan Africa, where armed groups have slaughtered elephants for tusks and rhinos for horns that are also exported to Asia for use in ornaments and medicines. They are not the only wildlife to face trouble in a biodiverse island. In May, the Navy and local people rescued a pod of 20 pilot whales that were stranded in Trincomalee, a natural harbor that is renowned for whale watching. The seas around Trincomalee, which were used by Allied forces as a staging post during the Second World War, have a heavy concentration of blue and sperm whales, while the nearby jungles have herds of wild elephants.